Hi, and welcome to Hot, Sweaty, Grouchy, Obese Men in the Philly Summer Heat of 1787. This image, and all the others that I have, are created with the help of AI to illustrate complex ideas and concepts. Imagine this room, right, full of these hot, sweaty men with wigs, crowded. They're there for 7 to 8 hours. And McDonald, he makes note of this scene and a very frustrated setting of our Constitution. And one wonders how they got anything accomplished at all under said conditions. It would be very difficult indeed to serve the people. My sources are Dr. Livingston's lecture series on size and scale, part 1 and part 2, and Forrest McDonald's Origins of the Constitution. And moving on then, let's define what they mean by human scale. The human scale, it's like this bite-sized politics for society. It's the right size for a society where people can participate and leaders govern effectively. When we contrast the perspectives of Aristotle and Hobbes, Aristotle wants small communities like a polis. It's ideal for engagement and meeting local needs. But Hobbes, he comes on later and favors a large state for stability, but they often miss specific population demands. McDonald's reference here is he notes that the smaller states, so he's more in line with Aristotelian thinking, because the smaller states, they're concerned about the loss of power. And we saw this in the constitutional debates with Delaware, where they held up the Constitution over proportional representation for over a month. And that shows how scale complicates government. Well, now we're going to transition on to what Livingston thought about these tensions and how they played out historically. So there's 3 lessons here that we get from Livingston. First, Livingston contrasts Aristotle's small participatory communities with Hobbes's larger states that were built for control but less responsive. Second, he moves on from there in the Middle Ages and these Swiss cantons, which are mostly free administrative divisions, and cities that resisted big governments, preferring instead the local rule to meet specific needs effectively. Our third lesson is the French Revolution's republic. It was a large Hobbesian state, too big to deliver the tailored governance that republics required. So as we learn these lessons and they reverberate through our modern governance, we'll see what happens next. So to summarize, human scale pits small, responsive governance against large, stable systems. Small units meet local needs. Large ones risk bureaucracy. We certainly see that today. And as a constitutional link, the framers' federalism, where state and national powers blended both, ensuring effective governance across the scale. A Doge example, and in this case, I'm not talking about the Department of Government Efficiency, I'm talking about the coin from which that name originated from. Today, Doge's blockchain, if you're not familiar with a blockchain, it's a shared database, is the simplest term I can make it. It lets these small communities set cryptocurrencies like a human scale republic, addressing individual user needs. So as we close, human scale is still key to governance. Now we point to my bibliography where I did mention Livingston and McDonald. Thank you for listening.